So as I was saying, Virgo, the Seven of Pentacles is infertility. So someone was trying to, that could be forced nature, investing in something with no real return. Of course, that would make you pissed off, but you just kept doing it. You just kept investing where you thought, you know what, it gave me the energy of I am who I am, I could change this person. And it didn't go like that. I feel like this person has their own mind, their own soul. You know, they can't be controlled like that. But they were abused somewhere along the lines. It's an element of abuse here with the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That child did nothing for the situation. Beautiful baby, blessings, but it did nothing for the situation. Like to keep it when it pertains to keeping people together, learning how to get along, professional attitude towards each other, that kind of thing. I want to use a different deck about further amplifying. What kind of advice would I give to my old self versus my new self? What would my old self tell my new self? The last thing you want to do is be hard on yourself or come down on yourself or beat yourself down because something isn't going your way. Just when you least expect it, you get raves. Just when you least expect it, God answers your prayers. So in actuality, isn't that pretty? Labradorites. That's about transformation and imagination. So it's a stone of transition. You know, it assists in times of change and transformation. It expands our connection with God. All living things come through God. That's the point of saying it like that. And unlocking the third eye and all the wondering that lies beyond the physical realm. So, as well as your powers, like you're magical, so that you're multifaceted. So it's talking about the talent that you have, that inner star player. Listen, what you come to the table with, like what's special and unique about you. Because everybody has something special and unique about them. So reminding us to wield our power by going within and connecting to the core truth of who we are. So chasing after your dreams. I feel like you do that, Virgo, already. That's why that's another element, another mask to the conglomerate of success. That you are being your true self. Chasing after your dreams and aligning yourself with the vibration of anything is possible and energy, you know, that's all too familiar with. So you can have Leo, Scorpio, or Sag in Neptune's and Jupiter. Especially Neptune's. Talking about Scorpio, that Scorpio energy, and then that Sag and Jupiter. These ones to fall over. You have a heightened intuition. That's the cat's eye. Okay? And then you got Rainbow Obsidian. That's about hope, depth, and evolution. You can't have dark without light. So wherever there's darkness, there is light. And even though this is a dark exterior, it's exposed in the light. You see how it's got all them rays of different colors in the band and stuff. So it takes you on a journey of evolution, of opening your heart and discovering your true purpose in this life. Able to assist in cutting cords too. Like you gotta be, it's about getting stronger, about letting go who is not healthy for you. It floods you with light and love and forgiving yourself and others in the process that sometimes things just don't go your way. You can have Libra and Saturn. This is about you. This crystal, the energy it's like you have a way of being utilized as a talisman to ward off and protect against any evil or unforeseen danger coming your way. You ever realize you're like super instinctual? It increases agility, you know, allowing you to fly beneath the radar of your enemies and progress ahead of your competition. Something about you being swift on your feet. That's what that is as it pertains to you, Virgo. It enhances your night vision too, giving you that ability to see through the shadows in a higher definition. You know, you can see through people's nonsense in a higher definition and access heightened levels of intuition by opening the crown chakra. This is regenerative. You know, it helps you to regain what was once lost. You can have Venus and Leo, Virgo. So that answers that question. All right, now let's keep going. Talking about what kinds of feelings am I feeling right now with this Eight of Cups. You feel like cutting a cord about something. Alright. You're gonna be like ungraceful with the cards. Just want to fly all over the place. What was interesting is karmic relationships fell, the rose of Venus fell, and rapture fell out in reverse. Do I want to take those? Something about these two. Obviously, rapture is about sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, pleasure, and that's in reverse. And then this is about moving closer through karmic relationships. Now, in this case, this is about doubting someone that they actually might be good for you, and you should go ahead and give it a chance because you're conflicting in the way that what you've been surviving off of, a mentality, a lifestyle, how you think, the things you say, the things you do, could conflict with this person that steers on a more straight and narrow path or something like that. And then this is good because it's about alignment and flow. So the right relationship and harmony. And it's causing conflict because you're finding ways to push it back out the door. You're sweeping the fortune out the door. You're supposed to be sweeping the dust out the floor, off the floor, out the door. But healing is happening. Because you can walk away from something that doesn't serve you. And what's interesting, lifting the veil was underneath it. Everything, questioned everything. Anything on the lines has to go. And then a new earth is happening. Keep holding the vision. You know, it's something you manifested and don't believe you manifested it. Like it's actually happening. Morning dew. A clarity, a fresh start, and a positive outlook. Move this over. Let's move this over. See, that's all in this Eight of Cups. All these different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can be called to have devotion, have humility, have grace, have humanity. And I see when I look at this picture, this is what people see. This is the aura people see about you, Virgo. You see that? Like she has compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. And people judge you based off of what the storefront is, or what your image is, or what the nature of your business is and what it entails. But you can't hide this. They can't imitate this violence. What I mean is, you can't hide your grace. Even if it's something different or dark and ominous as of what you promote, you can't hide this about yourself. This shines through. The trained eye know. And that's the karmic relationship, because that's the conflict that you're trying to sell a pitch and it's not happening because this person can see right through you. Virgo, you see, like when you pose, for example, if you in a limelight and you pose in a magazine or have different articles, different pictures, you pose anywhere to take pictures. This is what shows, not anything you're trying to sell, to be honest. It's like, so now what? So what do I do now? You live. That's hard. But you get through it. Okay? So let's start. We want to start from the top with the Rose of Venus. The original rose looked very different to those we grow today. It possessed 5 petals, and interestingly enough, if we track the movement by the planet Venus as she orbits the sun over a period of 8 years, we see they create a 5-fold rose pattern called the Rose of Venus. Now, Venus was Venus represents love, sex, and fertility, and her symbol was a rose. So perhaps the ancients or people from history knew more about this interconnectedness of God and life than we thought. So there's a sacred order to all things. Nature holds the code of life, and as you are a part of nature, you do too. So there's an intelligence force governing all of life, which would be God. The same force that tells flowers when to bloom and planning how to spin exists within you. So our tendency to overanalyze and overthink can get us out of alignment with nature and life. So our resistance to change does this too. So when you see this card in your reading, to look at anything that doesn't feel like it's in alignment. You got a couple cards here that's obviously talking about not being in alignment, because you also have the Eight of Cups. You have the World. You have the Two of Wands. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Swords. You also have the Emperor. You're moving in a space that is in alignment to you at this moment. So your ever-changing nature, and to be dedicated to living a life that's like very aligned. So you're led to change this about yourself. Whatever this thing is that's holding you back, or you should have walked away from it. I should have been walked away from it. But you got clarity. To be real, you're talking about a new start and a change of perspective are possible. Shifts are coming. The future is looking renewed, hopeful, positive, bright. You got a broader horizon, so you keep focusing on your ideal outcome and trust in the presence of the potent morning dew. So you're cutting out a lot of habits, a lot of people, a lot of places, a lot of things. You know, it's just a new earth. It's happening. It's going. Like, your world is completely different than what people remember you as. And let's talk about rapture, because that was in reverse. That is in reverse. So when it's in the upright, it's talking about the love and the pleasure that you give. So your sensuality, your passion, and your sexuality, no matter how you identify, are sacred and holy. It's about wanting you to connect with your sensual true nature. So, and celebrate, that's in all, to celebrate it is something that's in all people. So that's not the case right here. You have decided to pull the plug out on these karmic relationships. You're going to accidentally assume this clarity on this new relationship is another karmic relationship, because you're fixed in that way of thinking at the moment. And that's not the case. Now we're talking about the mystic rose, the one I said, the aura that people see you. It's about softening to humanity and to the endeavor to see the world, and even those who have hurt us, with understanding, an open heart, and deep humility, to see that we all carry hurt and are wounded. That's you at the core. You're not as mean. You can be still mean, but you're not as mean as you come off. So we have all experienced a severing of something. Okay? So you got to open your heart to humanity when you want to close it the most. That's what this karmic relationship is. You got to move closer to the right relationship, to what's right in your relationships. I think you cut off all the old relationships. I want new. I keep hearing that. I want new. Seeing this yellow and this pink. It's like, what's good? What kind of feelings am I feeling right now? New. But healing is happening. You're not broken. You got to trust the process. Okay? It's safe to soften. So these cards are like, the messages are all aligning for you to throw out who's making you work too hard. Or if you feel like you're working it too hard. You're not broken. You are a part of the ever-changing nature of life. It's like you're not normal, and that's normal. Okay? You've always becoming more and more of who you truly are every day. So when you embrace every part of life, it's not just this multifaceted part of life. Your whole being is multifaceted. So you can't take one piece of life and say, this is the part that's popping right now, so this is the part I'm gonna move towards. They all work together. From ecstasy to agony, from joy to grief, the bloom and the fall. You realize healing is always happening and life is on your side, so no one is immune to the polarity of this human experience. The only way through it is to embrace every part of it, the light and the shadow. And as any healer or initiate knows, the only way to light is to embrace the shadow part of it from within. So the shadow and the sometimes the pain is the portal to your liberation. So you're not broken, you're healing. So healing is happening, and you're supposed to trust life right now. You're supposed to know that it's happening. A new earth is happening, and it's making you feel like, well, I'm too broken to appreciate it, and that's not the case. I don't mess with nobody. Because things aren't always what they seem. This is giving me the moon energy. You don't know everything. The era is one of uncovered mistruth. So we can remember, everything is in a state of recall and realignment. Anything that isn't in harmony with the planet doesn't survive. You dig that, right? Anybody who's disconnected with God doesn't survive. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as our own life. So when you see this card, you're being called to energetically scan your life for things that may no longer be a vibrational match for who you are and how you've grown. So if you're already on a fast track to being more successful, you got a few more steps to go, or it's already happening. You can already feel it, see it, taste it as you're taking the necessary last few steps to go before you enter into full-on success mode, like you in full throttle. Six of Wands, graduation kind of, notoriety. You passed the graduation, you passed the jealous people, you passed the competition, you beat the odds. You're in the Six of Wands now, okay? You're getting the notoriety. Like, that's the last thing smoking is, you got a little bit of buzz. No, you got a big buzz. You got a big buzz following you, and it's time for your rollout. Whether people are going to be sick about it or not, like that good fight to get to that world energy, You as an emperor, there's a lot of emperors in this world, but not all of them have the critically acclaimed. Some of them are quiet emperors. They're quiet wealthy. You may have wanted to be quiet wealthy, or you may like to be in the spotlight. You may like to perform. You may like to show off. You may like to entertain. Okay? But in this case, you as the emperor, you in the spotlight. Like, you want the showboat, you want the whole theatrics. You want everybody to be gawking at you, and you want to have the pretty fly products to go with it, or whatever it is that you sell, what you are about. It's a starseed thing. This goes for society and the world at large, as well as our own lives. So when you see this card, you got to understand, to dismantle the systems and ways of being that once served you and others but no longer do. Certain star seeds are here to lift the veil between the unseen and the seen. You're supposed to stand for and protect those who don't have a voice, to look deeper and question everything that previous generations did not do. They just left it, abandoned, is sitting dormant until you came along, until you aligned with yourself, with your inner star player, and you start picking things up. So some star seeds can't even tolerate that things aren't congruent. They are here to bring society and humanity back into harmony with the planet and the creator at large. This is why you probably choose to be single. This is why it's hard to be married unless you married another person that's like you. But if it's something about tolerating things in our life that aren't aligned and congruent with it, we add to the misalignment of the planet. So you're out of alignment of your inner star player, because you're being called to trust yourself. You're supposed to notice what's out of alignment and then take the baby steps required to bring it back into harmony. And that's that's easier said than done. But both individually, for you want this world status. You want to be an emperor who's in the shadows, rich, or you obviously want to, as these cards say, you like to be in the spotlight. You have abandoned what is tradition, what has been tradition. You have abandoned it to be in the spotlight. You want to tell the truth. You have already taken the necessary steps to step up and lead. That's what you're doing. all the feelings you're feeling right now, all kinds of people's feelings I'm feeling right now. Everybody who feels bullied, defeated, abandoned. Like I meet all kinds of different people every day. People who have blown a fuse upstairs, like they could have like a mental instability at this point. And I'm speaking for these people who got shut out. These are other star seeds. Now that I'm reading it, these are other star seeds. These Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. It's like they got pushed away, feeling like they felt defeated because they didn't have the right support. Something about you not having the right support neither, but you push past it. You're in the Six of Wands. What comes before the Six of Wands? The Five of Wands, that competition, that jealousy. Like they couldn't imitate you at all. So you're chosen. You understand that assignment. Like so much you're being picked to free other people that are like you. You may even be freeing a couple generations behind you that are still here to see it. You may be freeing them too. But they're free. They're going to be free because you're led to do it. That's what I'm seeing. It's about teaching people how to soften. You got to soften your heart back up. That sounds impossible based off of how you've been kicked out, annihilated, blackballed, made to seem crazy. And you're not crazy. You're a starseed. You're chosen. Okay, so the things that you were saying was ahead of your time, was ahead of everybody's time. They didn't know how to take it, but you've been through the same thing. Nobody know how to take you neither, Virgo. So you're doing it anyway. You're in the face. You're kind of like mischievous, rebellious, arrogant about it. Like I'm gonna mock in your face. Every time you tell me I'm doing something, I'm gonna mock in your face and do it. So you can get mad. Okay? Somebody needs a balance of your energy. This is over emotional. Okay? Somebody just because their emotions got the best of them. Clearly. But then these three cards. This Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, and Nine of Wands. Okay, you walk towards it with a mental check-in that, okay, I know that I realize a lot of what I'm getting myself into. Because you have compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, you have grace. Okay, this isn't going to be one of those sensual, it's not a wedding party. That's what I heard. It's not like that. You gotta have on your prettiest smile and you're gonna show up like that. Know what? Because that's the vibe. This is you freeing people. You separated from your own people, and your people have been separated from their inner star player. So you're being led to assist in putting all that back together. How can you drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? This is what you're telling them. How can you see the innocence of all that's involved? How can you learn to see the similarities rather than the differences? See, nobody taught them about their inner star player. They just knew something was different about them. That's what you could do. You can teach. This gives me one of my gifts I bestow upon the world. That you're a teacher. You teach it. You teach in the name of love, but you teach love. You teach love. If I'm saying it right, you're teaching it. So now this Two of Cups, Seven of Swords. Strategy. You're going to make friends with everybody the odds are against. And look, what's on the bottom? The Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. Is it two people in specific, or you're going to be close? You're going to come into close proximity with someone who is either in that Queen of Cups energy, or you're in that Queen of Cups energy, that loving energy. There's two queens here, back to back, and the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Swords. So y'all gonna start working together. This gives me partners in crime energy. Whether you're partners professionally or just choose to be partners in life, you understand that the spiritual assignment. Okay, because this is, look, the Empress wanted to fall out. This is awesome energy. I don't know why that Nine of Swords is there, but that Venus, that Rose of Venus energy is that Empress energy, that fertility, creativity, and that love, sex, and fertility. Virgo. could be a man and a woman dynamic, and y'all both are y'all play well, and they're teaching you how to play in your feminine energy better. Because there could be a man that's an empress, and you're the emperor, because you have both here, and one is the Queen of Cups, one is the Queen of Pentacles. Like spiritually, y'all look like two sisters, like twins, you know, who are polar opposite, but the right balance for each other. So somebody's moon could be a water sign, and somebody's moon could be an earth sign, but you can also be a sun water sign and a sun earth sign too. So what I'm saying is your sun and your moon is both earth placements or both water placements. So the Seven of Swords talks about, and it's in an upright, strategy, wit. If it's in the bottom, lying, stealing, and cheating, and you're going to get caught. This is you putting your smarts together. Look, you got this way, you're strong this way, I'm strong this way. With the right balance, you got an emperor and an empress here. So you ain't got to overanalyze this one with the Nine of Swords, the Eight of Cups. You're walking towards it. It's like y'all both got the same hunch, like this has to work. I'm pretty sure this is going to work somehow, some way. But we got to put our heads together. The Nine of Swords is a lengthy energy. Just like, it's like this right before the final nail is in the coffin kind of energy. The Nine of Swords is a negative. It does represent negative emotions or overcoming negative emotions. You're teaching the people how to get out of that stress and anxiety. Because you got the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords. So that could be a balance. So this Emperor, Empress, operating from Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups. One of you was the Nine of Wands. One of you is the Nine of Swords. One of you, without thinking twice, will fight physically. Nine of Swords will pop off out of anxiety. You dig? Sincere anxiety. You're not afraid to speak your mind. There's something to that too. And now y'all realize that about each other, or y'all learned that about each other. With the Two of Cups, y'all equally yoked, equally compatible, equally successful, equally right about what you stand for. Both of y'all. So you're going to start working together. What kind of feelings am I feeling right now? And what kinds of metaphors can I find to describe it? Very serendipitous. That's what this is. This turned out to be very serendipitous. It's like the conflict, the karmic relationships. It's like polarity, soul growth, conflict. You're moving closer because you're different. Not moving away from each other because you're different. It's easy to do that. I see a lot of orange, so that's sacral chakra, that creativity, love, sex, and fertility. I'm not saying you're going off the rip to make a baby. I don't mean it like that. You could, but that's not how I mean it. What I'm saying is you're going off the rip with receptive energy. Pluto energy is let it be what it is. That's the transformative side of a Scorpio, not the take action side. Look, it's surrendering. And somebody has to walk by faith and not by sight. Okay? You're not just flying off the deep end, but taking action. This is that Nine of Wands energy. You're not just going to do that. You're not going to fly off the deep end. And this Chariot is like, you're going to have to go talk to God. With this Hermit, that's you, Virgo. You're going to have to talk to God about moving forward in all this. You got to walk by faith and not by sight. And I said something about fertility. Someone's graduating, okay, with that Four of Wands, that Ace of Wands, and that Ten of Pentacles. And then I told you somebody is sick about it. Almost doesn't count. Somebody is sick about it. Somebody is very apathetic and rude about your success because they don't have it. They were not patient. They tried to steal. And now they're left with all the burdens of what they did to try to steal, because you ain't coming out of that Queen of Swords energy. You ain't coming out of it with the Lovers. You told the truth and you stand 10 toes in your truth. Okay? I love those two cards together. Okay? You the star in the face of bullshit. You're not on no type of bullshit. And you a star in the face of it. Of anybody who wants to bring bullshit to you. So that's it, Virgo. That was the completion of that 4-minute video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe until next time. Oh, wait. This person that's graduating, the 6 of Wands, is the ace. That is this person. Whether it's you, Virgo, or I think it's 2 people with Virgo placements. But Ace of Wands, that is fertility. Okay? That's the 7 of Pentacles. This is a graduation of that. Whatever I invested in didn't satisfy my soul. So I did something that's spirit that's more along the lines of me, and I'm happier for it. I'm more successful for it. I'm glad I took the chance. I'm glad I didn't give up. With the 4 of Wands, now you're graduating and you're meeting your soul tribe members, and there's a 10 of Pentacles. There's some kumbaya after all. You see how they all surrounding that tree because they all work together to make the community or their community a wealthy space. This was my idea of where we're gonna raise our children. Okay, I had to say that. I forgot to say that part. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.